Hello, everyone. Today we are talking about a few topics. It may get off topic, but first we want to start off with
why are we here? Why are we here?
Democrats and Republicans. Why don't you take it away, Sis?
You know, like if there was any big cock blocker out there, or vagina blocker, doesn't matter. It's the systems the political systems that we function in here. And I say political systems because political systems are what control and like conduct most of all the other systems majority wise in the US, and the US has influence on most of the world. So when people don't get political, or if people are like, I'm so sick of being political, well, I don't blame you. It is like quite disturbing, the truth all the time, but you can't change anything if you don't deal with it directly or face it directly.
Okay, I just want to say that, you know, the Democrats and Republicans, the fact that you are almost like socially engineered since birth, indoctrinated
to the dual party system.
Into the dual party system. Like, you only hear of the Democrats and Republicans. You don't hear of the individual American.
Or even the libertarians.
Hey, let me talk.
And not libtards.
Let me break this down. For example, it's a frame of mindset. You know, nobody...
Yeah, it's the left brain and the right brain being imbalanced. There's a fucking skin. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I just got an IG Instagram idea.
Oh, we'll write it down.
Okay.
It's almost like you know, growing up, you have to be one or the other. And if you're not, then you don't really get publicly noticed. Do you guys ever you know, notice that? You know,
that's why we have
in the media
war.
Are rude.
Sorry.
In the media, that you only hear about Democrats and Republicans.
It's a constant battle.
Why is that? Yeah, like, why is that? Is it because they're trying to narrow your frame of mindset into only that one ideology? Whether Republican has a whole set of beliefs and ideologies on this side, and then Democrats on the other side, and then, you know, they fight against each other. It's so... It's so just, I'm like, just because, you know, I do have some conservative values does not make me Republican. And just because I have some, you know, liberal values does not make me Democrat. It's a total label that we are brought under. You know, it's just,
Hi! I'm Donald Trump, and I'm gonna make all your dreams come true, and I'm gonna free the slaves, and I'm gonna free the children, and I'm Joe Biden! What? I'm here to help!
I do think, you know...
I'm a Democrat! I'm a Republican!
I do think that there is some sort of agenda underlying both. That's one thing they have in common. Both the Democrats and the Republicans have the same agenda running, and they just, you know, try to fight each other on who's gonna do that agenda.
The agenda is not for you. It's not for you. It's not
for the
government.
It's for the government because they want the most control. It's the same thing. It's like kingship back in the day, except government is just, you know, it's a group of individuals now that have all the power instead of just one man.
Well, here's the best one. Here's the best one, right? Well, I don't want Trump to win, so I gotta vote Democrat. Well, I don't want Biden to win, so I gotta vote for Trump.
Yeah.
The fuck? Oh my fucking god. Okay, so
let me make this. I'm making this my coming out.
The same. What's the Albert Einstein quote?
I don't know. He's got many quotes.
We cannot solve the same
type of thinking.
We cannot solve
the world issues with the same type of thinking that created them.
We cannot solve problems with the same thinking or consciousness that created them.
So 200 years of the political system, look where we are. We could be so much more farther.
Well, the first few years was just George Washington. Actually,
being the king.
I think he was just the first one. Either way, is this what we want? Is this what people want for the next, I don't know, for their kids? Just constant battle between
who has the power?
Or who has the power, or, oh, don't let the Democrats get it, oh, don't let the Republicans get it, while we're all functioning in the same fucking battle, like, opposite fucking imbalanced systems under the Federal Reserve. No matter what. Republican, fucking Democrat, fucking even... I'll just say, like, I'm voting third party, and I don't know how that, like, I haven't looked at all the policies yet, but the person I'm voting for that's third party hates government and wants it out of the picture. So, like, that's, like, to not vote at all would be, like, okay, yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna be, and that's what I do most of the time. I don't really care. I'm just a free human. And, like, I don't even want to buy a house because I don't want to fucking pay the system any more taxes than what is already being taken from me unconsensually. I don't know where that money's going. I don't know where my income tax is going.
You don't know what old pedophile is using it to buy a child.
Exactly. All the government tax money. Do you know where that's going? Do you know where the tax money that's getting taken out of your income? Let me
put a label on this. Or unpack this a little bit.
Federal Reserve. It's part of all the Federal Reserve, and it's got an entire monopoly and fucking off the entire world, and it's just a parasitic system feeding off of the next generation and us. And I'm pissed off because how many people are just like, well, that's how it is.
Yeah, if you
just accept your slavery, just accept it.
If you think about it,
fucking it. Don't call them.
If you think about it, a dollar is just an IOU note. But it puts a label, a unit of energy on labor. What you the labor that you use your free will to do, whether it's, you're in a nursing field, in the nursing career, or you're a construction builder. Every dollar that you make, it's putting, that's the amount of labor and energy that you put in. So every dollar that you pay towards taxes that someone else is using, that's your energy and your labor and will that you used. And what are they using it for? You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to get the grasp of that. So I don't want my labor and energy, going to somewhere else. I would like to be in a state where humans don't have to be so codependent. Ugh, I hate that. Codependency. We're all individuals here. I would like I would like humans to get in their natural state of being co-creators, where it's to the point where it's like, no, this is fucking stupid. Because money will never be it will never be a forever lasting measurement of energy. Yeah, it's just
that's putting a cap on human potential and human energy, and then using it to put it as fuel towards this parasitic system of infrastructure, mental infrastructure that we have here on the planet. Humans need to get to a place back to their natural state of being co-creators and understanding consciousness on the same level, and be like, oh, I understand your individual expression, you understand my individual expression, let's create together individually, and also at the same time it's simultaneous, that you are on the same wavelength, are just naturally creating and being abundant, beautiful, loving human beings.
And understanding that.
And that's how it is.
Natural rights for everyone. And morality, which is, we can be on that level as long as everyone understands morality, which is, don't fucking hurt anyone. Don't steal from anyone. That's all you have to do. Mm-hmm. Don't steal from anyone. Like, all that tax money. Is it really going to taxes? Is it really going to building helping
children?
Yeah,
it's not feeding any egos or anything like that, and all these campaign funds. Mm-hmm. Democratic and
by the way, not to mention that when the Pentagon I think there was someone found out. I don't know if anyone wants to look it up, but they did this review of who was all looking at the child porn in the Pentagon, and I think it was like 1,000. No, maybe it was. I don't know. People in the Pentagon were watching child porn. That's where you want your fucking tax money to go to? Fuck that. Woo! Yeah, motherfucker. Punch you out like that. But that's what, like, you're giving a part of you to a system that is not for you. It's outside of yourself. It's exoteric, as Mark Passio likes to say. It's exoteric, not
esoteric.
Esoteric, inside. So anything outside of you is, I mean, I can't say that
not in your control.
Well, no, just that the government programming is very exoteric outside of you. It's not, it has nothing to do with the individual human being and sovereignty of who you are. It's just control.
Yeah. Oh my God. I have some good friends that I've collected.
Collected in your basket of friends throughout your life.
Well, you have your friends that, I don't know, I've had some of them left over through the military, and I still talk to a lot of them. But recently, it's gotten, I don't like I said, anybody voting Democratic or Republican, do you really think this is going to help? And it'll go as far as I'm voting for Trump because he's getting rid of the pedophiles.
You're just voting for which control system you want.
Yeah, you're voting for which control system you want. And, yeah, Biden does sniff children. And it's fucking weird. His thinking is pedophilic, but so is Trump's. So is Trump's in the sense of that control factor. And also, he sexualizes his daughter. Biden and Trump are on the same playing field. Trump not only partied with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, but provided a platform for them to have all of their little parties and also be in contact with him. He's have several pictures taken with him. Biden doesn't do that. But still, Biden is no better. Trump and Biden are both part of the same fucking pedophilic control system. This has brought division between me and one of my good friends because, and I hope he's watching this because he's basically, he's saying because I
remember.
Well, he told me, he said something like, it seems like you just kind of want there to be child sex trafficking and pedophilia. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You want to go that fucking low, you piece of shit? I was like,
because you're not.
I don't care. Yeah, I think it's weird that you like Trump or you're voting for Trump or whatever, but I would never lower you to want that to happen to. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's worldview violence.
You're
berating someone because they don't have your point of view.
Yeah, you are literally the same person that's giving into the cult of fucking government. Don't ever fucking say that to me again.
I understand there has to be some sort of structure, but...
Well, an infrastructure, yeah.
Yeah, some sort of structure. But this whole, control is messed up. Think about it. Biden the other day, he said that, within the first 100 days, we're going to have a mandatory nationwide face mask. Now... what gives you the right to say that over other Americans? Each individual who lives a different life than you,
different environment.
Think of the control factor.
Different health.
Yeah, that you think you have the authority, the audacity to give that order over my body, over other Americans' bodies. sorry, buddy, you're fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong. And personally,
if he was here, I would throat punch him and kick him in the balls, and then it'd be like,
you know what you did. They're so disconnected from like the true authenticity of reality of what Americans go through as a nation that you have no fit to ever be on such a high pedestal. Like, fuck you.
Both of them. Both Trump and Biden.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah. Well,
no,
and think about it this way. When you're voting for the authority of someone to run this country. Authority over you, over your mind. That's what government is.
Yeah. Government is slavery.
Yeah.
It's mental.
It's mental.
I could be wrong, but if Mark Passio is right on his Latin, government,
I've said this before.
Yeah, the actual word government means
control of the mind.
Yeah,
govern, to govern, mente, Latin derived of the mind.
Yeah.
Or control. Govern.
Yeah. And there was a meme once that I had fuck, what did it say? It was something like government, we need government because let me find it. Keep talking.
Okay, well, I just want to also bring up another topic that we had here. Once again, self-sovereignty and natural rights and free will.
Oh, I'm going to get into that too.
Like, you can, as long as, you abide by natural law, which is do no harm to anyone, don't steal. That's the basics of being a human. Like, that's it. You don't get any, if you don't do it, it's not that hard. You just don't rape anyone, don't steal from anyone, don't cause anyone harm unless, it's self-defense. You're defending yourself.
I found it. Okay, it says government is necessary. People say government is necessary because people left unchecked will do evil. The government is composed of people left unchecked.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. That's pretty funny. Yeah.
So self-sovereignty. So the word or the phrase. No, it's word. Phrase. Ideology of self-sovereignty or self-sovereign identity has started gaining awareness in the past decade or so because of unfortunately, all of the fucking marketing companies and all the corporations, the digital and cyber corporations have created in cyber world. You now have a identity. You have your own soul that, if you're a citizen, your soul is basically kind of claimed through the social security system. You get a number when you're born. But then you have on your online identity, which is a collaboration and a collection of all of your information and what you have put out into the world. And if you want to even dig deeper, it's what you haven't put out in the world, but all of your subconscious things that you search for on the cyber realm, all of those things create an identity through all these corporations that collect all your data. So self-sovereign identity is where in the cyber world or digital world, whatever you want to call it, is basically your
intellectual property.
Your intellectual property. You are the owner, not what this fucking cyber corporate marketing
Google
engineer I can't even, my brain gets zapped about it because I can't wrap my whole mind in. It's so hard to see all the big pictures because I can't get all of the things that are happening all of the web points at the same that are happening all at the same time and then locate it right here in this reality. It's just constant stop taking from me. Stop invading my my space, my mind. Stop trying to like market to me. It's exhausting because I have to remember, I actually have to say in my mind sometimes, I'm like, oh, this isn't the actual universe, this isn't what I'm creating, this is what the world is trying to put in my mind and trying to tell me who I am. When that's not it.
Exoteric.
Yeah. No, I am me. I am not all these things of what society, social engineering is telling me what I am. That's not who I am. That's not who I ever will be, because I am unlimited potential. And I am my own soul signature. Now,
your own special unique blueprint.
Yeah, so that can also, self-sovereign identity is when that term is...
Ooh, I like that, self-sovereign identity.
Well, that's usually in use, that term is in use when you're talking like cyber and digital world, but also in like when you're talking about natural rights and freedoms and the origins of your soul, and like what you like, if you were to say or if somebody were to say you identify with a certain religion, I would usually form the term of self-sovereignty, because I am self-sovereign. I am in charge of myself. My divinity comes from just being who I am. It doesn't come from religion.
It doesn't come from groupthink and mob mentality.
Yeah, it's individual, it's independent of that. Which they're
constantly trying to create with this whole democratic type of thinking and republic
I
type
am responsible for myself and my actions. Not because Jesus said so, or because my priest said so, or the government said so, or the police said so, not because of man's law. I am self-sovereign. I do things based off of my own human individualism. Or let me look up the actual definition of self-sovereignty, just to make things.
You are free.
Yeah, you're free.
You're a free being.
You're a free being. Nothing can govern you.
Yeah, because we are endowed, as humans, we are endowed with the gift of free will. Okay.
Yep, that's right.
So,
self-ownership.
Yeah.
Also known as sovereignty of the individual or individual sovereignty, is the concept of property in one's own person, expressed as the moral or natural right of a person to have bodily integrity and be the exclusive controller of one's own body and life. So,
doesn't mean that you can't be a part of like a group and still not be an individual. You absolutely can.
Well, that would be great if you could just get a group.
We already are. Like,
well, we are, but I'm saying
we're
like
sisters. We're part of a group.
Yeah,
we're part of a family.
I'm saying like if the whole world could just be like, yeah, I do.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. Yeah, I am self-sovereignty. Accept me for who I am. And I'd be like, yes, I accept you for who you are if you accept me for who I am. And we can all be free together and live in abundance and joy.
What's so hard about that?
What is so hard about that?
And like you said...
And again, like if there's a threat, then you fucking eliminate the threat. Or if somebody is like... If somebody is... stealing part of your domain, or stealing part of your self-sovereign property or your self-sovereignty, or threatening you, you are responsible to take care of that or solve that issue. That's natural law. I gotta go potty.
Okay. I just also want to point out that I just thought of it when we were talking about it, but I keep hearing Trump. He keeps painting this bad light on anarchists, saying that they're the ones that are protesting and doing all this stuff. No, anarchists they believe, no rulers, no slaves, which is kind of like what we're talking about. What's the
freedom? Freedom, which is
yeah.
how we should be living in this country, because we have replaced security. We have given up our freedoms for security, and security is a fucking illusion. Because where there's a will, there's always a way. And if somebody really wanted to bring harm to you, or steal some of your property, or anything like that, they're gonna do it.
Yes, they are. So it's your responsibility to defend yourself.
We give all of our freedoms away when the security systems that we have here, and I'll even say this even if I have been in our own military, how secure were we if apparently you know, two buildings got not two buildings, two main buildings got demolished and apparently crashed into by planes from some people over in the Middle East. How secure were we? Are we still?
We're never fully secure.
We're never.
That's what makes life beautiful, though. That's what makes life beautiful, though,
and
that's
livable,
what makes
free.
That's what makes humans, and that's what gives us the gift of free will, is because we never know. I mean, you can have intuition, but you never know when the next time you're gonna die.
Yeah,
and it's exciting.
Yeah,
it's exciting because you're like, everything's new every day. Like a plane, there is a higher chance here that a jet could fall down on this house. It's exciting. I mean, it's exhausting too, but
oh yeah, that's the other thing. I'm sorry, all you people. Actually, I'm not really sorry, but whoever did believe 9/11 was conducted overseas without understanding that it was an inside job. You need to really look into all the details. Not what they just put out. What was it? What's the book that they put out that they left a bunch of shit out in? Like
there's actually more books from people,
from engineers and some of the firefighters that responded to that situation about the buildings actually being
not demolished, like from
an explosion rather than they were built to take a 707, or was it a 747? A Boeing 707 or whatever. They were built to withstand that. Like, yeah, fire, whatever, but they weren't supposed to crumble at free fall speed because they were hit by a plane. Free fall speed, meaning there's literally nothing. If you get a building, okay, here's a tower. A plane crashes into the part in this where its base structure is completely intact, but like a piece of it just gets a little bit crumbled or whatever. And yeah, it's burning a little bit, but it's still not compromising the integrity of the base structure.
It's like Jenga.
Yeah,
it's like Jenga. You just take some pieces out of the top, like. It's not gonna fall. Like, it's not gonna perfectly.
I'm not even an engineer. I don't have a degree in engineering, but I understand this, and I don't understand how anybody else can understand this.
It looks like such a controlled demolition.
Like, this part up here shouldn't be falling at free fall speed within itself. It should be maybe like this part here should be tipping over and just falling off to the side while this part stays intact. But if you get something that's compromised up here, it shouldn't be going do 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 and then falls in on itself at free fall speed. Free fall. There's nothing that it falls on. Meaning there's nothing to compromise its fall. Free fall speed. That's what it means. Free. There's nothing within its weight. Pure gravity.
Like what did Hitler? I'm sorry to bring him up, but Hitler said, or maybe it wasn't Hitler, maybe it was his like right hand man or something like that said that. But when you make a lie, make it big, and
keep repeating it.
Yeah, and keep repeating it. People will believe it.
And that will break a lot of minds, because I mean, I know people that have went overseas and have killed people because of the US using the what is that word, that phrase called, where they create a problem
reaction solution.
Yeah, what is that called?
Hegelian dialectic. Look it up. There's multiple books on this type of thinking of the human psychology.
In the military, go over there, kill people, have their buddies get blown up, and then all for what? Because the US created a problem, tried to solve it, and it still hasn't been solved.
There is a problem because
it's so fucking devastating. I'm sure some people don't want to accept it.
There is an inner problem, because wasn't it like someone who was doing business. I read somewhere through my lots of trying to sort through everything that people are talking about and writing about and papers and stuff like that. But I think it was like a month or something before that people were doing business in the Twin Towers, and they took out some sort of money or whatever that had an effect with the Twin Towers, or something
they
with
took
insurance or something.
They took out an insurance policy, or what happened was
how convenient.
Like I think it was literally less than 2 or 4 days. I'm gonna look that up to make sure, but I'm pretty positive it was like literally maybe 4 days. It was confirmed that the insurance policy on the Twin Towers, which I think was from the governor at the time. I want to say Rudy Giuliani or some. I don't know.
You're more detailed with that than I am. I just remember reading about it.
They took out an insurance policy, or they made it so that it was worth more, and then they would get dumped all the all the all you have to do is follow the money, and be like,
to find where the cult is.
Yeah. And not to mention, the CIA has been working with the
media.
No, they've known about Osama bin Laden for a long time, and I'm sure he was. It's just fucking weird. We live in a fucking psychologically fucked up world, and it's all because of the let's end the video in a little bit because we're at 30. We're past 30 minutes. But here's where I think a lot of our problems, if we were just to take peace, peace in this house, there would be peace in this house if there is none of these technology things.
You can't say that. It's a tool. It depends on the mindset who's behind using it, because this piece of technology has connected me to multiple people around the world.
But has that brought peace?
In
if
pieces.
If there is an equation, this would not be in. If there's an equation for peace, this would not be in it. This thing would not be in it. It would not be the ultimate.
Oh, it's the tool. That it's just a tool to attain to peace, but the peace comes between humans with understanding morality. Connection and understanding morality.
Yeah, this is getting in the. This is a division.
It's used as a tool to divide, but it can also be used as a tool to connect.
Again, though,
but the operator, the mindset behind it, is the one who can rule the wand of peace or not.
The universe, the basis of the universe is built on mathematics. If there was an equation for peace, this wouldn't even be a part of the equation. It wouldn't even exist.
It's a state of being.
Okay, whatever. All right.
Okay, we'll end it on here. We'll have more topics to talk about and discuss. Okay. Have a good day, guys.